Hello everyone, Happy New Year's! This is Sato from Satopin. I haven't filmed in a month, so it feels really weird to be talking to a camera right now. Life update, I have moved to the States officially. I was very fortunate. Once I had all the documents ready and I went to the interview, I was approved on the spot and I got my visa, I think it was like 3 days later, and then I flew on Christmas Eve. And I was really nervous because I had 3 flights with a dog during the pandemic, but Dobby was an angel. He didn't cry once. He was just sleeping the whole flight, or the 3 flights. The first flight that I took from Narita Airport to San Francisco was a dream because I was a bit nervous, but with being too crowded in the airplane. But that one, literally everyone had 3 rows of seats to themselves. So like, I would be here and I would just lie down, and then there's like a space in front of me. The front row is empty, the back row is empty. So it was amazing. It was very nice to fly that way. But yes, it's 2021 and I guess the only new goal that I have reading wise is there are 52 weeks in this year, and I want to try to read at least 1 book a week so that hopefully I can really read 50 books in this year. I've never reached 50, so I would really like to reach that goal now that I am in the States and I have more English books available around me. Anyway, to just get lots of books out of the way in the start of this year, I wanted to do a 24-hour readathon as my first reading vlog of 2021. I know I can't stay up for 24 hours. I started reading a little bit at 4 p.m. and my fiance works night shift, so he's gone the whole night, so I'm gonna try to stay up and read as much as I can. But with jet lag and everything, I'm still not used to the time zone here, so I always fall asleep around like 9 p.m. or something. I don't know, I just knock out on the sofa and I don't even know what time it is, so I'm going to try my best. I have a couple books here that I want to tackle. So the first one is going to be a book of poetry, and I think you might know this lady, Rupi Kaur. I have her other books as well. All her books of poetry are amazing. It's beautiful. I always annotate these ones and bookmark my favorite ones. Milk and Honey, The Sun and Her Sunflowers, and then her most recent one is Homebody. I also will be taking notes in my reading journal. I started a new one for this year, so I have nothing in my January one yet, so I'm excited to take notes in here. Another book that I think I can get through quickly is The Best We Can Do. This is a graphic novel, and I think it's a memoir. Oh yeah, it says right here, illustrated memoir by Thi Bui. I'm not sure, but I think it's a Vietnamese. It follows a Vietnamese family, I'm sure, yes, that had to move to the States because of the war that was happening in their country. And then 2 books I have already started, but I'm hoping to finish during this vlog. One of them is on my Kindle. So this one is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I am 47% of the way through. I am loving it so far. It's really slow. So I'm not quite sure where it's leading to. And then another book I've also started is The Midnight Library on my iPad. I'm also, I think, halfway through-ish. I'm on page 139 and there's only 288 pages, so it's a shorter read. And I'm reading this with a bunch of friends from Canada, and they already finished the book, so I have to really finish this one. It touches on regrets in life, and if you could erase those regrets, would your life be different? But yeah, it's very interesting. I've already written down quotes that I like from it, so I'm hoping to finish this as well. And if my eyeballs get tired, I also have an audiobook handy in the holidays. I know Christmas is over, but I've heard good things about this book, so I started listening to this as well. I'm on chapter 7 out of 28 chapters, so maybe I'll finish this one, not sure, we'll see. So yes, those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books that I'm going to kind of be trying to read throughout this reading vlog. So I started at 4 p.m. so I'm just going to try to read as much as I can until tomorrow 4 p.m. So yes, let's begin. It is currently 5:30 p.m. We just went on a little walk and my fiance just went off to work for the night and he won't come back until tomorrow like 7 a.m. So yeah, I really have the whole night to myself. Update, I read more of The Midnight Library and I realized I never told you what the book's about. So the main reason why I picked this book up was, again, my friends and I decided to read it together, but also it won I think the category fiction for Goodreads Award for 2020, and that's when I first found out about this book, because I didn't even hear about this book until then. It is about Nora Seed. She is a 35-year-old lady who has a life full of regrets, and that sounds very familiar to a lot of us, I think. And in this moment where she feels like there's no purpose in life, she just feels like she's a big disappointment and she just has so many regrets, like, oh, she should have stayed in that band, she should have stayed with that guy, all that stuff, that she had lots of regrets. And so this one night at midnight, when she feels like giving up, she comes to this place called the Midnight Library. And this library is the place between life and death. And in the library there are thousands and probably millions of books, and in these books are lives full of possibilities, the lives that she could have had if she made this different decision. So one decision in her life could have made this whole different life. And it's really interesting because I've always been interested in the idea of the butterfly effect. I don't know if you've seen the movie. I think it's literally called The Butterfly Effect, and I remember watching it as a kid. It's an old movie. Just the idea that just one little action could literally change your life. Like in that movie, I remember this specific scene where this girl decides to rush onto a train and she makes it, and that's how she meets this man that she falls in love with. But in this other parallel world, she doesn't make it to the train, and so she never meets that guy and they never have a life together. And it's just so crazy to me. I love that idea. So this book is really up my alley. I'm going to keep reading, but before I do, we're going to take a little break for some snacks. I made some brownies the other day and I'm just so addicted to it. I eat it with ice cream and whipped cream. It's so good. But we're going to do that right now and then we'll keep reading. You probably see a clip of me and Anthony playing some chess earlier. We are super into Queen's Gambit, and we actually, like, this week at, like, randomly at night, we just spur of the moment went to buy a chess set so we could play together. And so we've been playing like every day basically. But so that's why I was excited. In the Midnight Library there's actually a reference to chess, so I'm going to share this quote with you. The game is never over until it is over. It isn't over if there is a single pawn still on the board. Because a pawn is never just a pawn. A pawn is a queen in waiting. All you need to do is find a way to keep moving forward, one square after another, and you can get to the other side and unlock all kinds of power. Page 188. So I was just excited about that. Just wanted to share. I'm gonna keep reading. Moving on to audiobook in the holidays to take a break from reading.
Ah! I wake up shouting loudly, startling from the sensation of falling down.
So I just took a break from reading to eat some Thai food with my fiance. He came home for his lunch break, even though it's like 8 p.m. But yeah, after he left, I listened to 2 more chapters of In a Holidaze. Now I think I am going to switch it up and read a little bit more with my eyeballs. So I'm going to start Homebody by Rupi Kaur. I'm excited to start this one, and I have my post-it and highlighters ready. So let's begin. Oh my gosh. Rupi is such a beautiful writer, and already like I'm flying through this. I can't stop reading it, and I think I'm gonna finish it soon. This section called A Lifetime on the Road brought me to tears. It's talking about her dad, when she was growing up, worked 6 days a week. He had to drive a truck from one end of the continent to the other, and he was always so exhausted. And I love this quote, so I'm gonna read it too. I highlighted it. "No one should have to work to the bone like that. It breaks me into pieces to hear about every person who grinds for less than what they're worth. How do we sleep at night knowing the systems we uphold treat the foundations of our society as second-class citizens when they are the reason the wheels of this world stay turning? I want to give my dad a lifetime of peace for the lifetime he spent on the road to feed us. I want him to know what comfort feels like. I want him to see he's done enough." Wow. Sorry. I think the reason why this one like really spoke to me was because, I don't know if you guys know, but in Japan the norm is that you work to the bone. Like you have no life basically. If you are as we call them, sarariman, like a businessman, you have to work so many hours. And there were actual like news where people died or committed suicide because they couldn't handle their workload. And it's just so sad to me that Japan is like that, and I don't think the rest of the world sees that often. But me, when I was growing up, when I was going to school on the train, and I would see zombies around me in the train on their commute to work, everybody just looks dead. And then I would see like mothers taking care of the kids on their own because dads are never home, they're always working. If they're not working, they're drinking their stress away. This section also made me think about my own dad when he's 60. I think he just turned 64 in August, but he like already accepted that he's not retiring. He's gonna keep working until he can't, and that makes me really sad that he can't have a comfortable life, or he can't retire and just relax. Yeah, just some thoughts for that just came up to my mind. But this book is amazing. It is currently 10 p.m. Feeling good about finishing 2 books. I feel accomplished. I'm going to try to read more of Addie LaRue. I don't know if I'll finish it, but it does say on my Kindle that I only have 4 hours and 30 minutes left. I don't know if that time thing is accurate. I never really checked if it's true or not. My eyes feel tired already. I gotta stay up. Ooh, it's only 9, Sato. You can do this. Okay, let's begin. It is currently 11 p.m. I had to change to PJs and wash my face and make tea because I already feel so tired, and I think like internally my body is like, let's go to bed. So I'm going to try to stay up until at least 12:30. I want to read more, but I have been taking a break right now watching YouTube videos, other booktube people, to inspire me, hopefully. But yeah, after I drink a little bit more of this tea, I think I'll get back into reading Addie LaRue. I just got to the part where like something finally big happened, and it's something I kind of saw it coming, so it was exciting. I was like, I knew it. So at least something's happening, so I'm excited. I want to keep reading to see what happens after that. But before I get back into Addie LaRue, I just realized, oh my gosh, I have forgotten how to do reading vlogs. I just realized I haven't really talked about what the book is about. I know it's gotten its hype and a lot of people have been reading it, but those of you who don't know what this book is about, it's about, I'm looking at my reading notes, it's about Addie LaRue, obviously. She was born in France in the 1690s, I believe, 1692 or something like that, and all she wanted in her life was to be free and to live the life she wanted to live and to have a choice in who to fall in love with and everything. But back then, you know, of course, people were forced into marriage, or women were forced into marriage. Her parents decided to set her up with someone that she didn't even want to be with. So then in an attempt to kind of just last minute, like desperation to escape from this life, this marriage, she calls out to the darkness and she makes a deal with the devil or this dark spirit, and she's like, you can have my soul if I could live a life of freedom. And so in that instant she becomes cursed, and so she lives for 300 years where her curse is she can live freely, she can do whatever she wants. She has the gift of time because she has plenty of that, but that's her freedom. But the curse is that no one remembers who she is. So whoever she meets in her lifetime, whoever she makes a connection with, they will instantly forget her the moment they walk out the door, or the moment they turn away from her. They will forget her. So she's just roaming Earth for 300 years with no one to be her friend and no one to call her lover, no place to call her home, because even possessions can't be kept by her. So that's her story basically. It keeps going back and forth between the 1700s in France and then 2014 in New York. And so one day she meets someone in New York that finally actually remembers her, and that's where her adventure begins, her story begins. Anyway, so now that I've told you what the book's about, I'm going to keep reading. Right now it is 11:15, so I'm going to try to read, like I said, until 12 or 12:30ish. We'll see how much I can stay awake.
eyes open to the dark, and the view of blank nothingness is so familiar it sends a spike of relief through me.
Okay, I got to chapter 12 of In a Holidaze. I was able to crank it up to 1.8 times the speed. But there were moments where I was kind of zoning out, so I'm gonna stop now. It's 1:30 a.m. right now. I'll talk to you in the morning. Good night, everyone. Okay. Good morning, everyone. It is currently, what time is it? Let me go check. It is currently 9:15 a.m. I woke up around like 6 because I saw the sunrise, and oh my gosh, guys, the Texan sunrises are so beautiful. And then I went back to sleep and woke up officially around 8:30. So yeah, now I'm like all ready for the day. I usually like to start out with lemon water, so I just usually just squeeze a quarter of a lemon and mix it with honey and hot water, and I try to drink it first thing every morning. And I think it helps with digestion and your skin, immune system, all that good stuff. So I'm going to start out with this, and I want to really keep reading Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Like I said, I'm in a good part and I'm really interested in it. I only have 3 hours and 20 minutes left in this book, according to my Kindle. Again, we don't know if this is accurate, but I think I can do it because remember, I have until 4 p.m. today. So I'm gonna just try to read through this while I am awake. Let's get started. Wow, it went to the top.
To the edge, yeah. That's what this one did too.
Itadakimasu. Oh, the noodles are really thin.
Yeah. That's what I tell you I didn't like. And they don't change it either. They don't give you the option like other places do. Like other places have good noodles but bad sauce.
I was craving ramen, so we went to get ramen. Yeah, it's good though.
Yeah.
I like it. Ooh, hi everyone. It's currently a little bit past 6 p.m. and I just finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I've been reading that book on and off for like I feel like a month now, and oh my gosh, don't know how to put it into words. Like the last part, like the last quarter of the book, oh my gosh, I couldn't put it down, but I also wanted to enjoy it as well. So I did kind of extend my 24-hour readathon time limit. This is all for enjoyment, right? So as long as I finish the book, I'm happy about it. I really want the physical book of this now because I was reading on my Kindle. But anyways, I think this readathon, my first 24-hour readathon of 2021, I think it was successful. I did read 3 books, and I didn't sadly get to the best we could do. So I really hope to read this this week. I'll finish it this week. I'm glad I finished 3 books, and I have 3 books done for 2021 already. Yay! I'm going to wrap up my vlog here. I hope that you had a great start to this year, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!